Hi, welcome to Recreational Knitting Podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm the hostess of this, whatever this is. This is a place on the internet where I discuss my knitting, our travels, and our RV, and anything else that comes up. My husband and I, after we retired, we decided we were going to buy an RV, tour the national parks, and be home in about 18 months. In December 2019, we set out, and 34 months later, we're still on the road. We've had some trials and tribulations. Pandemic, number one, put us back quite a bit, almost a year. And we had a couple surgeries. He had one, I had one. So, here we are. Today, we're going to talk about, I have two finished objects, one which I did not bring out here with me. Those of you that have been following me know that I've been working pretty religiously on the Rocket Tee shirt by Tanis Lavelle. And I finally finished it. You'll see footage of today blocking that. I just need to weave in ends and close up where I-cord needs to be sewn together and those kinds of minor details, but it is probably not going to be one of my better knit garments. I took two lace weight yarns, holding them together to make a fingering weight, and it was striped, marled, and I really like it, but it's got a lot of mistakes. I'm going to have to do a lot of duplicate stitch, I think, because I missed one of the strands, but it's finished, and that's on my plate tonight to finish. My other finished object, which is not exactly quite finished, I've got to do a mattress stitch, but I'm knitting knitted knockers for the knittedknockers.org. These are knitted prosthetics for mastectomy patients, and I've gotten a D cup done. I have to go for the second D cup. They asked for them in pairs, so that's what they look like, and you send them to them unstuffed. They will stuff and sew it up for you on this one end. This one end they ask that you do the mattress stitch, and then I need to put a nipple, which will go right here in the front. I have to do an I-cord nipple right here, and that will be most interesting. But yeah, these are still asked for and needed by people that cannot or can't afford reconstructive surgery, or for whatever reason just would like to have a prosthetic. So one done, and I want to do 4 this month, and this is already October the 19th, and wow, yeah, so I better get cooking on those. So, and I guess I forgot to tell you what this is. This is the Martha Wissing, I'm not sure how you say her name, Wissing. This is her boot heel pattern, made out of brown sheep sport weight wool, which I got at the outlet, the factory, last year when we were in Nebraska. It's a small run company, and I made all of this for maybe $11, and I still have wool in the rig that I'm going to have to use for some other things I can do with that. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. Boot heel. I really do like it. It's a great pattern. It's mosaic knitting, and I had never tried that before. Of course I'd try it on a sweater first, right? All right, let's get to some other things here. What have I been working on? I've been working on a ton of socks this week. Just haven't been in the sock mood. I did a little bit on this just because of the season. This is where I was the last time, and you see that I've done about maybe 3 inches, and I'm ready to start the heel and the foot. So as you know, you have to have a little bit of thought process for that, so you don't get off numbers. But I haven't seemed to have a whole lot of that this week. This pattern is called the Twizzler Socks. And it's by Tangled Becca. These are great with self-striping yarn. And I have the first one finished already. And these will be going, and I just love it that it's got like a little candy corn heel. These look like they're going to be, you know, pretty darn close to twins. So if I work on that heel tonight, I'll have that one finished very soon. Looking forward to it. That's a really good pattern. It's easy, but it's just enough to make you not totally bored with making socks, if that makes some sense. I started, oh, I can't, I'll let you look at that in a minute. This is another sweater that I started last week. It's another petite knit Anker sweater. I was here, I hadn't split for the sleeves yet, and so I've done, you know, a few inches on that. I've split for the sleeves and I've worked on that. This is made with Remix Berroco yarn. This is fast becoming really a nice yarn to work with. This is actually called apricot. I looked it up. It wasn't on the ball band, but I looked it up for you. So this is called apricot. I'd call it pumpkin, but hey, I wanted this finished for Thanksgiving and, you know, fall, but I doubt that I'll have that done. Progress. All right, let's see. What else have I not really worked on a whole lot? Oh, you want to see my ranunculus? Made tons of progress on that. There it is. And here's the other part of it. Oh, and look. It's another part. I ripped the whole thing back. Right now, it appears that that yarn does not want to become a ranunculus. So I'm just letting it ferment right here in this little bag. Lots of progress on that one. I pulled it back about 4 inches. Let's see. I haven't done anything on my shawl, and for some reason, I have lost my lilac sweater that I really made the most progress on. You'll see that in the next time. It's my typical go-to, my raglan, and it's made out of lilac. And I have made probably 3 inches progress on the body this week, so that's good. That's great for me. New cast on, yes. This is the photographer hat, made with the wrong yarn, probably not going to fit anybody. So that's how much progress I've got. And it gets curled up like that for the brim. And it's a beanie. So, not sure. I'm going to have to sit on that one too. I really wanted to get something made out of this yarn, and I wanted a hat. And I like the way that the yarn is pooling in this. I really like it a lot. I'll knit a little bit more and see what I think. Anybody got any ideas? This is probably sport DK weight, and it really calls for worsted. Becomes discouraging when you want something to be something that it's not supposed to be. I'm looking at you, ranunculus. So that's new cast on. And that's it as far as new cast on. Now, I went this week and met Barbara of the Flame and Fiber post. Those of you that know her and follow her, you should, if you haven't. She's been doing a daily vlog since coronavirus. And we're hoping that she gets her knitting mojo back. And Tuesday we met at Knitting Addiction in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and we did a little stash enhancing. And she thinks she got what she needs for the Stephen West knit along. I'm happy for her. I don't do the Stephen West shawls, knit-alongs. I have made about 4 of his shawls, but after all the knit-along is all said and done. I live in Florida, and a 5 skein shawl just isn't going to make it. It really isn't. I don't know what I would do with it unless it would be a beach blanket. But yeah, that's not going to happen. If it were a 3 skein shawl, I would consider it, but 5 skeins is quite a lot. So I'm enjoying watching all the hints and progress that everybody has been coming up with, and all the wild color combinations. And we think we have Barbara set up with a good combination for her. So that's all that's important. That said, I'm going to show you what I bought there. This shop is called Knitting Addiction. It's a nice little shop. She's got a lot of cotton. I've been wanting to try this Kobasi by Haiku. It's got silk, bamboo, and cotton. And she had this worked up into a shorty that was just lovely, and it just caught my eye, and I said, must have. So this will be a pair of shorties for me. It's great. I love this. Then in her sale bin, there was another skein that was half price, and being a Baltimore Orioles fan, I said I must have orange shorties, even though I already have a pair. And this is the Kobasi too. Half price. You're going to see a pattern here. I'm really missing Florida, apparently. This is the Bamboo Pop Sock. Look at those colors. This is the colorway Wildflowers. Excuse me. Got some fiber in my mouth. Anywho, this is going to become a pair of shorties as well. Are you seeing any pattern here as far as colors? Let me get this straight here. Seeing anything there? Does that look like Florida? I think I'm missing Florida. Nothing wool here, folks. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you the colorway of this. This is Seattle Sound. Okay. And this is Carrot. Of course it is. So that's what I bought at the yarn shop. Knitting Addiction. Then the mail came. I didn't get too wild. Well, maybe a little bit. I'm hoping that you can see these. I got 2 packs of these. Can you see those? These are little stitch markers that are little vintage campers. I think these were adorable. And these are by Needle Clicks, etc. on Etsy. I'm not sponsored by her, but boy, aren't they adorable? So I got 2 sets of those because, and then I got little sheep with raincoats. Is that adorable or what? Who doesn't like a sheep and a coat? One's got a hat on. Adorable. This is by the same maker. And she is Needle Clicks, etc. on Etsy. Adorable. And the last thing I have to show you is another bag by Fat Squirrel Fibers. There's something about the sun and the moon that draw me in. And these are my most favorite colors, teal with like a University of Texas orange, whatever that is. I love this. It has an orange zipper and it has a little, what do you call these things? Straps. So you can knit in the wild. You go to a baseball game or a football game, soccer practices, all those things. And this is by Fat Squirrel Fibers. I just adore it. This is going to be my favorite sock bag, I think. I just adore it. Couldn't be happier. So those are my acquisitions. Those are the things that I've worked on this week. Some of the things that we've done this week are eat a lot of shrimp. I met Barbara at the yarn store. We have been riding our bikes somewhat. Luke has been doing some repairs to the RV. Not even repairs, just kind of upgrades to the RV. He's putting in LED lights in several of the areas that I knit in. So it's going to be brighter for me. This time of year it's going to be very, very needed and wanted. What else have we done? We've done a lot of sightseeing. We have relaxed. And that's what the Outer Banks really is good for, is really relaxing. I've enjoyed my time here. We're going to be here another week. We have to move sites tomorrow, and we'll be in another site on the other side of the campground. So next week's podcast will likely come from on that side. I liked some of your unpopular opinions, and I'll be reading those for the next podcast. Comment below what your unpopular knitting opinion is. Mine was that all bulky sweaters look great. that's a very unpopular opinion, in my book anyway. What's your unpopular opinion? Comment below. It's going to be a Ravelry pattern. That's really quite an easy prize, and that way everybody worldwide can be a part of it. I think tomorrow we're going to take the dogs to the dog beach, and we're going to do a lot more relaxing. And so anyway, it was wonderful to spend some time with you. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. If we can get our numbers up to 750 subscribers, we're almost there. There'll be another giveaway. My goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please, let people know that might be interested in this. I will be showing more knitting next week. Hopefully I have that orange sweater very close to being done. And I'll actually get to show you my rocket tee that is done. So until then, see you. Knit happy, stay hydrated. Bye.